Within a decade or two, Mars will be our next destination. This red planet is our neighbor in the solar system. But it has none of the components that make life possible here on Earth. It's full of radiation and too cold for liquid water. It has an atmosphere we can't breathe and soil that we can't grow anything in. Its gusts of wind come close to what we classify as hurricanes here on Earth. But why would anyone want to start a new life tens of millions of miles away? And why Mars and not the Moon or someplace else in the solar system? Welcome to another video at SuccessHook, the place where we help hook your success. And to get successful you need to first subscribe to our channel. If you are new to this channel then, well, also check out our other videos. Mars is a relatively small planet that's the fourth closest to the Sun, but still about 142 million miles away. Its surface area covers 55.9 million square miles, about 141 million less than planet Earth. It's home to the tallest volcano in the entire solar system, Olympus Mons, which stands 16 miles tall, 3 times the height of Mount Everest. There's also a system of valleys that spans about the same land area, covering the distance across the entire United States. There are also impressive polar ice caps. A number of crewless spacecraft have made the journey to Mars from the US, Europe, the Soviet Union, and India, and there are plans for more to be sent in the near future. Meanwhile, governments and private entities are making plans to take humans to Mars for the first time. And among these, a few are even making plans to establish a colony on Mars. It sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but it's getting closer to reality every day. But why would anyone want to start a new life tens of millions of miles away? There are several reasons why scientists and others think it is important and even critical to explore the possibility of living on Mars. The number one reason is the survival of the human race. If humans on Earth ever faced a catastrophic event like the asteroid that likely took out almost all the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, every advancement ever made as well as the entire human race could all disappear. Number two reason is that Earth is full of problems like war, hunger, disease, and poverty. Colonizing Mars represents a fresh start and an opportunity to create a more ideal society. But why Mars and not the Moon or someplace else in the solar system? Scientists have found that Mars has the raw materials necessary to support life, including carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, and ice. But there are many things to consider before life on Mars is possible. Perhaps the most important factor in the discussion about creating a colony on Mars is the fact that Mars is not actually habitable for humans, not without the proper infrastructure. Mars isn't going to welcome you with open arms. Its atmospheric pressure is so low that it'll make your blood boil inside your body. Mars has only 1/3 of Earth's gravitational force and a much thinner atmosphere. This means you can jump 3 times as high and you would only weigh 1/3 of what you would weigh on Earth. Its surface is coated with dust so finely grained that it would damage your lungs if you inhaled it. The air is made up of 95% carbon dioxide, and there is no protection from harmful radiation coming from space. The soil on Mars is a very fine, powder-like dust covering the basalt rock. That's precisely the opposite of fertile. If you want to grow anything on the red planet, you'll need a ton of solid biomass waste. The temperature is not very inviting either, with an average temp around -80 degrees Fahrenheit, although the temps can range from -195 degrees to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Because of this, Mars is too cold to have liquid water. Instead, it has its water frozen as the polar ice caps. Those living on Mars would not be able to follow the same calendar as Earthlings either. Days are closer to 25 hours than 24, and 1 year on Mars lasts 687 days since it takes longer to orbit the Sun. The sunrise and sunsets would look very similar to how they appear on Earth, but it might be hard to see them through the natural red dust that comes from the rusting iron on its surface. You would experience all 4 seasons, but they would be elongated due to the longer year. Some initiatives suggest ways that you could extract water in Martian conditions. One of them being an aerogel developed by NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. This silica substance is meant to warm the surface of Mars by 65 degrees centigrade, 150 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a way to melt Martian water ice and have a supply of drinking water, as well as water for irrigation. Power could be generated through solar panels, and there is also potential for wind-generated power as well. Sure, all of this is doable, but it's definitely not cheap. Elon Musk estimates that with the current technology it would cost about $10 billion per person to get to Mars. Of course, we're talking just the amount it would cost to get to Mars in the first place, not the astronomical amount it would cost to build and sustain a viable human habitat on the red planet. There are high costs involved with continually extracting water, creating gases to make breathing possible, and building structures that could withstand the harsh environment. And of course, thanks for sticking with us all the way till the end. Above all this, the process of making Mars our new home doable? Theoretically, yes. I think it's safe to say Mars is our new home. It's a blank slate, full of possibilities, and a chance to start a new era of humanity. Once again, thanks for watching. If you liked this video and got some information from this, please do like and share it to your friends so it will help grow our channel. Also check out our other videos. And thank you.